chase. Third in the league in catches this season and ready for more this week. It's the Bengals and the Colts on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we start Week 9 with a prime-time matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Indianapolis Colts. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
Check right. Smith right.
Tua to throw right away. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. First carry for Najee Harris. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run again with Harris. Taken down at the 47-yard line. And look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 18 carries, 121 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a 1st down. On the jet sweep, they get this to Cooks. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Tua going to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying if he can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 118 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, with that continuity is...
And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase with career touchdown number 156. That ties him with Terrell Owens for 5th all-time. And the Bengals put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. Najee Harris and the rest of this offense worked their way back onto the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses...
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Brian Burns, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Tua over the middle, complete into the hands of Tremble. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness.
Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, but he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a
touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. And the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Cincinnati set to take over once again. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards to pick up there.
Here we go.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Jenkins. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 29-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Here we go.
Mixon with a first down carry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Bengals at 5-3 now on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The defense rising to the challenge and sending him back on the sand.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and it's knocked away and incomplete. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, There's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. This is brought in at the 21. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Here we go.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. And he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Burrow. Wide open receiver complete.
Here we go.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 25-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st. Now Burrow on 1st down. His throw caught right around the 6. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon from 4 yards out. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts going to take over now late in this 1st half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Here we go.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. On 2nd and inches. Burrow. And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
No coverage missed by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Burrow on 3rd down. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. They'll give it to Mixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the 2nd half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. He's got a man. Complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. 39 yards there. A big one.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Here we go.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Colts are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Tua. And that will be incomplete. Fourth down. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They've won 2 straight and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
11 empty, take. 11 empty, stop.
Burrow looking to pass. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 33 yards that time.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up for the 1st and goal.
Touchdown! Jamar Chase with career touchdown number 157, moving him past Terrell Owens and into a tie with Randy Moss for 4th on the all-time list, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Point after, right down the middle, and the lead is now 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Tua. Incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
The LSU connection. Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage.
Touchdown, Bengals! From 6 yards away. And the Bengals have opened the lead up to 30. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
Tua now on first down. There's Mooney with another catch. Touchdown, Colts! Jarnell Mooney, 31 yards. And the Colts are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead's down to 24. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Now a dump off here complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They will throw on first down with Burrow. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase with career touchdown number 158. That pushes him past Randy Moss and into 4th place all time. And the Bengals are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. Tua sets up to pass it. That caught by Trimble.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Chua now on first down. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Looking to pass. Tua. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 26. Tua setting up shop to throw again. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Harris running straight ahead. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Touchdown! Tommy Tremble from 10 yards out. And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to 24. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, obviously, Charles, no more points were needed, but some teams just can't resist the urge to keep adding on, and they did just that here in the 4th quarter.
And we've certainly been on the call to see many teams do exactly that over the years, Brandon. Some to even more impressive degrees. In the end, it always comes back to there's still a defense out there, and it's still a game of NFL football. So if you don't like what's happening, it's up to you to get them stopped.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field.
Well, I think that the folks here hope that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side of this one.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. On the delay, here's Harris.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this will be taken at the 13. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again. Returns to the field.
What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Cooks on the quick slant. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
From the gun, it's Tua. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Extra point splits the uprights. And it leaves down. One away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense.
He's been almost impossible to bottle up. You see that number 10 on your screen, a big reason why they have the lead.
One of the guys that's being featured in this game and making sure that he's targeted because they do trust him with the ball. That's why they go back to him time and time again.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here.
And that ball going to be intercepted yet again.
Dante Jackson picks it.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together?
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. And the Bengals are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. The Bengals bring out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's pulled in at the 32. So call that a 56-yard punt with a return of about 11. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. One final try for Tagovailoa. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot.